You out there in sin, you had an apple out of that barrel. You're being used by the devil to accomplish his purpose. That's why repenting is necessary and throwing yourself on the altar. It's going to culminate with the church rising up and the apocalypse triggering. Now here's where the missing scenario is. This is what I'm challenging everybody to do by way of Stickum and everybody here today and everybody who hears this message from around the world and listens to us every week. We are not like everybody else. The message I preach is not a religious message about the here and now. We're preparing for an end-time war to bring in a harvest. Folks are sitting on their hands all over the place, not wanting to commit to anything, and you have been conditioned to sit in theater-style seating and listen to messages. I watched Fred Price's son still teaching messages out at Crenshaw Christian Center with people 60, 70 years old still sitting there taking notes. After having taken all those notes, listening to his daddy, they're still taking notes 40 years later, listening to his daddy's son now. That is pathetic. The Bible says in Ephesians that he gave some apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, pastors, and teachers to perfect the saints to do the work of the ministry. What in the world are you still sitting there taking notes for? You should have been perfected for the work of the ministry and be out in the field bringing in a harvest. The harvest is in a field, not in a church in a pew taking notes. This is why we keep asking people to come forward and step into the inferno. We're praying to God to send 1 million people $100 a month for a war chest. What are we going to do? We're going to begin the process of harvesting in this world. Go to your friends. Go to family members. Go to people who may be open and receptive to the move. Get them on the website. Plug them in. Take on the responsibility of ingathering. Stickum, listen about Stickum. You could be having a contingent of people in your home every week to hear this message and to bring them in out of the foolishness of religion and expose them to truth so now they're accountable. A lot of their consciences will be pricked. Just like they were pricked to the heart when they heard Peter and said, men and brethren, what must we do to be saved? It's time to speak up and get in the forefront. Folks are trying to wait for God to fill me. No, you step up to the plate. You present your body as a sacrifice, as an act of your will. You fast and pray and deny yourself to put yourself in alignment to be filled. Getting and engage in the warfare. We need a war chest. We have a fella right now in Uganda, a pastor. He's got 87 folks praying and fasting for us. He's got nothing. He said, I got a shirt and a pair of pants left on my back. But I believe that you all and the message you espouse is a way for God to move to set folk free. We've got to be responsible for raising up these kinds of people around the world. We can't reach people in far off distant lands. They have to be empowered there by what we have globally as a Christian community to raise up people right there in their environment. It's time to commit. We're not looking for money to build some big cathedral somewhere or to flesh, or to go out and try to get a bunch of stuff to look like we're high rollers or whatever. We've got to move through here and harvest the world. It's time to commit. Stop sitting on the sidelines listening, talking about a good message and it was a blessing and all. I don't need that stuff I don't have an ego that needs to be stroked. This is a war zone. This is for commanders and those that are engaging in a warfare. We're not debating with anybody any longer. Step up to the plate. $100 a month or whatever you can do, maximum potential. $100 a month, you're talking about $25 a week, which is a Starbucks cup of coffee a day. Just don't drink your Starbucks in the morning. Make your own coffee at home and contribute that, and we're in. Don't buy a couple of packs of gum. Contribute that, we're in. Don't buy that soda. Don't buy that junk you've been eating, and we're in. Just deny yourself one little avenue, and we're moving out. We've got a foundation here in this place of about 20 committed people that will take the leading edge. But we expect you to get in battle array and come on too now. We're not going out here and looking behind us saying, where's the rest of the army? Every man, like in David's day, must stand shoulder to shoulder and fight to make David king. In our generation, that's Jesus Christ, the offspring of David. He's the root and the offspring of David. He is the son of man, which makes him the son of Adam, the son of David, which makes him a righteous ruler over Israel, and the son of God that makes him the righteous ruler over the universe and all creation. He's 3 in 1. Son of man, son of David, son of God. You got all 3 in 1. Step up to the plate. Be responsible for feeding other people. This is only going to multiply as sheep feed sheep. Sheep sire sheep. Sheep manifest other sheep. Begin to spread abroad what you know. We've set up the website and every tool we have at our disposal to make this something that is easy to do. It's hands off. You just got to plug in and get rolling. Messages are there. Resources are there. We want to enhance the resources with more books, more tools to use to harvest people. We're about setting up foundational tools so people will have easy access to the tools necessary to harvest. The internet is a godsend. We can reach the whole world over the internet. It's a tool to aid. It's not the foundation. You are the foundation. You have to have personal interaction with people one-on-one. But this is a tool you can incorporate to help you. We'll be the central focus. If anybody ever looking for anybody, they'll be looking for me because I'm the one talking. I don't care. I'm not trying to live down here. I'm not trying to have a longevity and a long life and all this other stuff. I'm here to do a job and get out of here. We're asking for folks to plug in. If you got an email list, send out the emails. Get them to the website. Once these stick-em numbers go up as people get on board this train, we're moving through heavy and hard. This is the apocalypse. This is the revelation. This is the unfolding and the revealing of what God has done. It's all about an Antichrist spirit that has been down here forever since Satan's demise and his fall, coming into mankind through Satan infiltrating mankind genetically and altering his very genetic makeup to be a vessel fit for Satan to use, and then expanding his borders to encompass the whole world, while God at the same time intervened through Abraham to get a covenant cut for God's genetic makeup to make an inroad back through the Abrahamic covenant, through the Israelites to Jesus, so Jesus could stand up in the midst of this hell with a remnant people to war against that which is trying to take over the universe with evil, wickedness, and the Antichrist spirit. Now it comes to this, where God is saying, who will fight for me? Who will be on God's side? Who will stand up at the end of time and represent me? Look, you're in too deep to be afraid. It's too late to be scared. Look around you. Look what's coming on the earth. You might as well forget being afraid. You better gird up for war and fight. Because fear right now is nothing but something to undermine your life. Because it's going to happen with or without you. Get in. The ark is sitting right there. Get on board. We're moving out. This is it. Look, y'all, we got to go. I cry out to God by day and night. Raise up the army. Get some committed people that mean business. This whole message today is about the apocalypse. This is it. Stop fantasizing. We're here. It's on. It's the end. He's Alpha, but he's also Omega. He's Genesis, but he's also Revelation. He's the beginning and he's also the end. We're here. Can't you see the duress and the stress the world is under? Can't you see that Washington has no answers now? You can't even think of a person to be the president next, because I don't believe there'll be one. We're going to see a global change in the New World Order, where the president will be past tense, good buddy. Stop being so bored and so unable to sit through a message like this that you got to start thinking of something to do, and this is long. He's long-winded. He talks a long time. And you spend all that time looking at TV and movies all day long, and you can't take a few hours to listen to things of God. It doesn't engender some kind of an interest in you and some kind of an appetite. We're going live every week here. Get the people over here. We're going to put this message on YouTube with visuals and audio on YouTube in 15-minute segments. YouTube has now gone up to 15-minute segments instead of 10. Get them to YouTube. Get them to Apocalypse Now. Preparing for hell on earth. It's going to be there. We're coming heavy, y'all. 1 million people, $100 a month. Plug in. A war chest. We'll wrap this up, I believe, in 3.5 years. Then we're leaving here. And I'll build them a fondue, fare thee well, arrivederci, or any other language you can think of that says goodbye. And let the Antichrist and his people have it. As Revelation heads toward the 7 vials and the wrath of God poured out. Scorpions stinging men and being burned by the sun and all this stuff. Wormwood falling into the ocean and it's turned into dead men's blood. And all that, they can have it. Will be gone. But before that, a glorified church demonstrating the power of Jesus Christ, harvesting those that will come. Loading an ark. He says, compelled, I put my hand out to other folks, they wouldn't come. Go and get those who haven't had a chance and compel them to come, that my feast will be full. Load the ark, good buddy, and sail away. And it won't be by water, but it'll be by fire this time, because I'm wiping the planet out. I like it. I like this book. I like the person that wrote it. I like everything about the whole scenario. I like this. I want to be a catalyst in this. I want to be the one that does this. I don't want to pass the buck to another guy. I want to do this. I got an appetite to do this. I like this. I like everything about it. Let's wrap this up and burn this hellhole to smithereens. And the cherubim angel that started the whole thing. Cast him into a lake of fire with the false prophet and the beast. And let a new heaven and new earth come down where righteousness is embodied. And we finally got peace of mind, and really we got a kingdom where a patriarch rules, a father, and everybody got peace again. Man, you don't like that? You want to see this go on? Look at this. Evil everywhere. Every politician lying to you through his teeth. Stealing from you, everybody. Everybody trying to take from you. Rape, rob, and pillage is all they know. Burn this hellhole into non-existence. Look for the signs I'm telling you. I just told you what I believe is going to happen. Public nudity, homosexuality at a fever pitch, to the degree that you won't believe what you're looking at any longer. This is madness that must be put to an end. Plug in. Get to the internet, the website, www.omegaministry.org, www.jesuscult.org. Look for us on YouTube. This message entitled Apocalypse Now, preparing for hell on earth. Get folks there. Get them in. Get them involved. Let's go. My thing before God is, God, let's go. And I turn back to the people of God and say, let's go. Let's go. God, let's go. Folks, let's go. Church, let's go. Let's just go. I need to get a t-shirt with two letters on it. Go with an exclamation mark. Let's just go. Let's do this. Let's move. This is uninhabitable now. There's no sense in prolonging this any longer. Everything is degenerating. It's running out of power. It's corrupting. Somebody got to stand up in the midst of this mess. With clean hands and clean lips, you qualify to stand in an inferno. That's what the Bible says in Isaiah. Who can stand in the midst of a burning inferno, a burning fire? A person with clean hands and clean lips. I committed no sin with my hands. I'm speaking no sin with my mouth. I'm in.